Yesterday's price bump was nothing more than AMC moving back to what should be its fair and natural value range. I saw many people insinuate that what we experienced yesterday was indicative of the squeeze that we have been waiting for. It is important for everyone to be realistic about expectations. We know that AMC is being shorted in the billions of dollars range. A squeeze he's not only going to take into account AMC shares but also the ETFs that have been shorted and manipulated to indirectly attack AMC. The squeeze will happen when hedge funds start buying back the shares at a higher price than they shorted it. Because of the colossal magnitude of the naked shorts they have printed, the price surge will not be a mere $3 to $4 movement. When we start squeezing, we're definitely going to head into the hundreds of dollars initially. The squeeze is not going to be a one-day kind of thing. The price is going to keep on searching up and well into over $1,000 in my opinion. This is to amount of naked pictures that are printed in order to maintain the price below $10. I saw a lot of people today being disappointed, and I even saw some people thinking about selling because the squeeze didn't happen as they were told on social media. This is one of the things that I fear most. Any kind of search up in the price due to whatever reason leads to people thinking that the squeeze is about to happen. Nobody can predict when its squeeze is going to happen because nobody really has all the hedge fund data of when they're buying back their shares. Hedge funds, in my opinion, are first going to try to liquidate all of their assets before they start buying GME and AMC shares. This is a marathon, and like I have said before, we are going to experience a lot of volatility in the coming weeks and the coming months. You cannot get discouraged every time the price goes down because you should be expecting hedge funds in particular to drop prices, especially on Friday's expiring options. You need to remain relaxed and collected throughout the process. Didn't really see a lot of news or media coverage pertaining AMC or GME. I wanted to make this video, at least the part where we're not discussing technical analysis, about a certain type of behavior I have noticed in the community. Over the 4 weeks I have noticed a growing amount of people discouraging and creating controversy, including mild type of bullying and trying to discourage people from buying either GME or AMC, because they think the particular stock that they are invested in is better. This is really sad to see. Whether you are invested in AMC or whether you are invested in GME doesn't matter. Both stocks are going to surge up and squeeze due to the nature of the position they are in. This type of competitive behavior amongst us can be very dangerous if we don't check it and correct it. If you think GameStop is going to squeeze more and that is why you like it better, then absolutely buy more of it. If you think AMC will be better, then buy that. There is no reason to think one is not going to squeeze with the other when the blatant manipulation of both stocks is so obvious and well documented. We are all brothers and sisters, and our goal is to hold and encourage others to do the same, so we shouldn't really be putting fear and doubt based on tribalism and feelings of superiority just because you bought a different stock. If you have nothing constructive or positive to say, please do not say anything. My YouTube community is great and I haven't seen this here yet. However, it is something I am encountering more and more on Twitter and Reddit, and it's frankly appalling. 99% of the community doesn't have a problem, but it's important to quickly put a stop to this rotting behavior because it can quickly grow, which is why I decided to make that the main segment of this video. Now, I came across some interesting data that suggested some actual numbers that will give you an idea of how corrupted the stock market is. Though I do not believe the following numbers we are about to discuss actually represent the total amount of dark pool transaction volume, I think it actually serves as the minimum number of the grand total. Looking at AMC first, the dark pool estimated number of transactions was over 176,000, amounting to over 103 million in volume. This, to put it in layman's terms, was 58% of the total volume. GameStop had 4,697 transactions going through dark pools, indicating that it had 48% of the volume today was done through dark pools. These figures, as repugnant as they are, go to show exactly why these two stocks were moving without the momentum we had seen throughout the rest of the week. Part of this was done to combat and lower the amount of in-the-money option calls that would expire today. AMC wins this week, as we managed to move from $9 all the way to almost $13, meaning hedge funds are going to have to start covering. GameStop performed extremely well, don't get me wrong. A lot of this movement helped the stock build a ton of support and consolidate even more at current price levels. Let's now talk about today's price performance for both of these stocks. I want to disclose that all analysis is made by me and I am not a financial advisor. All the content we are about to talk about is solely my opinion based on my own experience and using my own set of tools and studies. Remember, there has been a quick and surprising growth on the amount of bots and accounts trying to spread fear or get you to invest in other securities other than AMC and GME, and we can no longer remain on the sidelines anymore. It is more important than ever that you engage in content you find useful and resourceful through even the smallest actions such as liking a video or commenting below. Ask questions, give constructive feedback, hype up others, share the videos or posts. If you do not want to do any of that, at least drop a like on content you agree with, because here is what is happening when you don't. The amount of space is going to be filled with bots and accounts spreading disinformation to get the squeeze to be delayed even further. By you taking action, we can fill up the available public space and encourage new investors to partake with us in our ever-growing community. With that being said, let's finally begin talking about the performance we saw today. AMC began pre-market ready to absolutely destroy, surging up to 13.46 in the first 5 minutes. We reached a high of 13.70 before the markets opened. We dipped a bit but quickly recovered back to pass the VWAP line. Then we gapped up and reached today's high at 14.34, which was insane. The price dropped a bit and then it suggested we were going to be moving up to retest that high when out of nowhere the pattern was broken and AMC dipped back to the VWAP. There, it tried to consolidate before another attack was implemented, dipping the price back down to a range of 13.10 and 13.40 where it traded for an hour. The stock was barely testing the resistance wall, which indicated to me we were going to be dipping once again. We experienced a lot of vertical dips in the last 2 hours of trading, though in the end the stock managed to pull back up and closed at 12.98. We built a ton of support at 12.60, though the biggest support is at 11.80. Resistance-wise, we unfortunately build a ton of it. However, most are super easy to break, so don't sweat over it too much. Expect the major resistance zones to be at 13.20 and $14. We did end underneath the VWAP line, but the momentum for AMC is still there. We have had AMC hashtags trending for a couple days and I think it will help carry some momentum into next week. I think Monday we move past $13 again in the pre-market. In fact, I am quite confident of it. The stock is simply too bullish at the momentum, even amidst today's attack. GameStop began pre-market with a nice run-up, retouching 165 yet again. It also managed to consolidate and maintain a really good price range between 161 and 162, which was pretty bullish. Upon market opening, the stock was heavily beaten down to 156. Then, GME started bouncing back really strong, reaching over 166. The stock then retraced and began to build support when, much like AMC, the process was interrupted by a sudden attack. We then started consolidating slightly below that VWAP line and remained there for the rest of the day. It was really nice to see that the short attacks we received weren't able to break that support and dip the price. Having closed at 159.92, we built most of the support at 159 and 158. We will face the strongest resistance short term at 163, however. Once we break that, a run to 165 is pretty much certain unless a hedge fund tactic prevents it. I too remain bullish for the stock. Monday's pre-market, I think we move up past 163 again because the momentum of this week should carry over to early next week. Stay strong and buy more of both stocks. And yeah, guys, that is all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments section, are you doing anything fun this weekend? Thank you for making it to the end of my video. I really appreciate you if you made it all the way here. I sound like a needy broken record, but please do consider supporting the channel by joining my Patreon account. Any pledge is humbly appreciated. This will help me be able to start funding some airplane banners that will fly around Florida with signs promoting people to buy and hold GME and AMC until we reach the moon. Any amount you can pledge helps, so please don't shy away from it. The link is provided to you in the description below. Let me know what you think of the video. I am super excited about tomorrow, so I hope to see you here with me in the trenches again. Enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you next week.